Muhammadu Buhari of the All Progressives Congress, having satisfied the requirements of the law and scored the highest number of votes, is hereby declared winner and is returned elected. Thank you.
24 hours after the announcement of the winner of the 2019 presidential elections, WebTV, powered by Proshare, engaged Nigerians on the outcome of the polls and their expectations from the government.
Number one, the issue of power is very important in our economy. If they can fix power, it is going to affect all aspects of the economy. There is going to be jobs. It's going to affect a lot of things. Even in our homes, when you close from work and you are going back home, you are sure of a little bit of satisfaction. But if there is no power, you are going to spend more money powering your house and spend more money in the office, in the businesses. So they should try as much as possible and fix the power. The issue of corruption, he has been working on it. He should intensify more effort, and it should not be selective. Anybody that is found guilty, let them discipline, let the law have its cause on them. But most importantly, security of life and property. They should work on security. Let's feel safe. Let's be able to sleep and close our eyes that yes, the next minute we will not have anybody attacking us.
And next 4 years, I want the government to focus first on security, provision of security, to secure the country, the entire country. Then secondly, they should look into the area of rejigging the economy so as to provide job for the teeming unemployed youth, and also build the infrastructure of the country in order to improve the economy.
You agree with me that they started well, and we expect that they will build on the successes that they have achieved. One of the areas is fighting corruption. In the history of Nigeria, I'm sure you know a bit about it. In the history of Nigeria, there have not been any government that has fought corruption the way this government has done. I expect that this time around, they will be locking up those looters, those who have taken our money to invest in their own family. Now, on infrastructure, they have started well, and we expect that they build on it. Something that has been spoiled for 32 years cannot be built in 4 years or even in 8 years, but they have started well, and I expect that they build on it.
My expectation in the next 4 years is for him to actually stand on the good things he has done in the past 4 years and stand on it to modify better things. He should actually learn from his mistakes. He should not allow those things that befell him, those negative things that befell him, or those negative mistakes he made in the past to actually befall him this time. So I think the continuity is for him to actually maintain his stance in terms of corruption, in terms of education, in terms of poverty alleviation, in fact, in all ramification of governance.
We are giving him the necessary support. The expectation is now on the side to now fulfill our goal. We expect him to take us to the next level. He has been doing fine, and that is why Nigerians repose their confidence in him. We hope he will not disappoint us. Although with the advent in the last regime, we know some of the issues were beyond his control because there was no mutual relationship between the legislature and the executive. But this time around, we hope by the new incoming legislation, there will be a good relationship between the executive and the legislation, so as to ensure that Nigerians are taken care of better in a better way, and most of the ongoing projects which have been executed by the federal government, I hope before the next 4 years, most of them will have come to an end and also pave way for new ones.
They shared their views of what should be the focus of the government as it concerns the economy.
Economy cannot be built in a day. We have just said for years our economy has fallen. Rising back will not take a day or two. It will take long. So I believe the economy will build gradually, and it has to be gradually. There are so many things that you need to put into consideration. Look at NEPA. When NEPA was sold, it brought us a setback. Now this has affected our economy. You agree with me that so many companies have left Nigeria because of power. It's not for any other reason. And to return them back, it takes a gradual process. We need to return back the NEPA sector, even if we're not going to return it back as NEPA. But let it come back to the government and let the government run it the better way. These private sectors, if we are selling it to probably investors from outside, would have been more better. But we are selling to our own selfish people who have amassed wealth from our nation in the first place. Now, I take a good example is the IE, Ikeja Electric. How good is it after NEPA? It has not bettered the Nigerians. How many of the prepaid meter has been given out? Now they're asking you to go and pay 50,000. It's crazy. Now there's also what you call crazy bill. It's looming into the fabric of every Nigerian. And gradually, Nigerians are getting out of the country. Do you know how many people have traveled outside Nigeria today? You can't count. The reasons are not far-fetched. It's because of the economy. But what is it the economy that has been battered for years that you want to build in 4 years? No. So we believe that as the government has started, we pray that they are able to sustain and the next government will continue from where they stop.
If there is no problem, there won't be a solution. You understand? And our ability to understand our problems gives us a better view on how to solve it. So I am confident that APC can do it. They can do it. The only thing they need to do is this: re-strategize. Muhammadu Buhari should ensure he has the right persons around him. Because he might actually have this positive mindset, but when you have the wrong people around him, things goes wrong. So that is just it.
As far as I'm concerned, I'm more optimistic because of the foundation this government have laid down. So what even make that optimism to become real is that I see a sincere government that is intent to lay more economic foundation for Nigeria. So my expectation in the next 4 years will be that they will build on the success that we have achieved so far.
Well, the issue of economy depends on those who are working on it. If we have people who are sincere, it is a simple thing. We have seen it work before. We have seen our economy moving forward before. If they are sincere, just put the right people in the right position and let them be faithful, let them be sincere, and things will work in the right direction. Nigerians are very hardworking people. We are ready to work and we are ready to put in our best. It is not all of us that believe in fast way. We believe in hard work. So if our government are sincere and if they put the right people at the right place, we believe our economy will pick up.
Another area that is to be addressed is driving socio-economic inclusion, which covers investments that improve the conditions of women and youths in the country.
A lot of things is happening in our society, like women trafficking. We want government to see to it. We want it to be stopped in Nigeria, and child abuse to be stopped in Nigeria. We want good welfare for Nigerian women. Then we want God to see our president or the government to see to the welfare generally.
Women and youth are very important. The youth are the future of this country. Whether we like it or not, if we don't put the youth in the right perspective. For example, look at our school. Everything is going down. In fact, most of the students believe now that they just need to settle. Nobody wants to read again. But if we have a change of attitude, if we can put a change of mind so that the students will know that the reward for hard work is success. If they see that people who are making it, who are successful, is because of their hard work, they will be motivated to put in their best. Women, they are mothers, they are sisters, they are wives, and they are children. Whether we like it or not, if we don't put them in the right place, we will not enjoy. For example, if I don't put my wife in the right place in the home, I will not enjoy that home. So they are very important as well. Let's put them in the right place. Let's give them their right. Even women, they reason more than women do, because we have a straightforward way of thinking. They look to the right, to the left, and they are emotional. So let's give them opportunity, and you see things working right.
If there's no any more corruption, if we fight corruption to the end, if we kill corruption, then other sectors, the women and youth will be taken care of. The handicaps will be well taken care. Their welfare will be taken care. Students will have what you call holiday allowance, which is done in developed countries, and I know we can do it. There's also this idea in developed world that when you are paying, when you graduate from school and you are yet to get a job, there's an allowance for you to keep as your upkeep until when you get a job. Now we can do it in Nigeria if we fight corruption to the standstill. And so for me, I believe if we fight corruption, we'll be able to address every sector of the economy, even those things that do not really matter, we'll be able to address it in Nigeria.
I believe the government can make sure they can improve on the education. Because of the rate of illiteracy in Nigeria is still high. So by improving that, by investing a lot in education, and also economic inclusion, particularly women. If women are more included in the economy, because they contribute a lot to the economy, their impact will be felt more, and that will extend to all sectors of the economy.
Well, education is something for all. Education is the powerhouse of all nations. Without education, no nation will go far. Nigeria is thus far because we actually had some educated people at the top. And you know the changes start at the top most times. Because when a pastor in a church is in trouble, the church itself is what? So if our leaders are in trouble, we are in trouble. So if our academic is in trouble, we are in what? Trouble. So the only way we can actually ensure we achieve, the quality education, to actually strive our development, is to actually impute more in our schools. Check out our curriculum. You know, what we lack. This issue of 4 years strike, 4 years no strike should be erased. Must we go for strike before our problems are solved? We should actually learn how to solve problems diplomatically. Not when people carry placards all about, singing songs of we no go gree, we no go gree. That is when the government will understand that they are aggravated. No. So we should actually learn how to solve our problem without external bodies, no, without US interfering. For God's sake, we've had our independence. Must we allow them to interfere? No. Gone are those days that when we want to conduct election in Nigeria, you say US will come. Must they come? Okay, when they want to conduct theirs, do they consult us? For God's sake, we should grow up. Academics is our right. It's a right for everybody. It's a right for every child. Be you male or female, it's a right for all. So we should actually, the government should actually emphasize more on quality education. Quality education is very important. It's very, very important. You know, most times I ponder on some certain things and I brainstorm on some certain things happening in Nigeria when you see some of our graduates not doing very well because they are half-baked, full-baked, and unbaked. most of the half-baked is not actually that they did not go to the classroom, but they are actually a product of their environment. Because the efficacy of someone depends on some factors, not the person alone.
From the interview, Nigerians expect that the re-election of Buhari administration will drive socio-economic inclusion across the country.